Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Greetings, brave new dawn soul risers of the true golden era of light. Happy Passover and pink full moon in Libra. The great redemption is at hand. This is the time of the Jubilee. Have faith and know that we are in the time of the Universal One, and we are in the exodus of all slavery systems of ignorance and illusions. The false ones are done with their tyranny, for love has won, and together we rise up in the ascension of all life, and free ourselves to manifest the new heaven upon the new earth, our true heart's delight. Amen. Alleluia, the kingdom of heaven within guides us to our true natural state of peace and joy, as we journey through all timelines and stargates to merge the two shores through the rainbow bridge of infinite light. We are now walking upon the new earth, but we must claim it. Claim it now, starseeds of our earth angelic way-showers of heaven upon the new earth. We step over the threshold through the gateway of the new golden age of eternal life. We anchor into this eternity here and now, and be this. Shine your eternal infinite light into the electromagnetic toroidal field of Gaia to activate and power up Mothership Terra Nova Gaia, 33rd Fleet of the Legion of the New Jerusalem. All commanders at their stations now to guide your Merkaba ship into the Elysium fields of the galactic Garden of Eden, of the new worlds of the multiverse. Navigators of the star fleet of the Galactic Federation, your DNA has been upgraded to your final missions to quantum jump to the true clear ascension timeline. Focus your attention within into the still white magnetic light at the center of the void that is here now. Lead the way and hold the code within your sacred heart center of paradise on earth for all sentient beings of the pure land of bliss. We resolve all things perfectly in the unborn mind of Buddha and shine the love with our Christ consciousness. We continue to blaze this realm with a violet ray of transmutation and transformation. All doubt and fear is removed in this moment, and only faith remains to complete this ground crew mission within the simulation, to transform this realm into the utopia she has always evolved to be. We lowered our soul star sparks into these spacesuits, our avatars, to fulfill our divine mission of transmission, love light starfield of the 144. This is it. Mission complete. Now we rise. Aho. Welcome, beloved beings of light. I am Paul White Gold Eagle from PrimeDisclosure.com. We have many powerful transmissions again for you today from our sacred New Earth scribes, so be sure to stick around to the very end, and please do us a favor. Share this video with your teams and tribes all over this realm. And now we continue with the Sabian symbols. Right now the moon is at 2 degrees, 11 minutes Scorpio. The sun is at 27 degrees, 9 minutes Aries. The current Sabian symbol for the sun at 28 degrees Aries. A large, disappointed audience. And the current Sabian symbol for the moon at 3 degrees Scorpio. Neighbors help in a house raising party in a small village. From astrologyweekly.com. And now my sacred Condor pulls a card for you today from the Oracle deck, Sacred Rebels from Alana Fairchild and Autumn Sky. And the card she pulled for you today is card 44, synchronizing with the Divine 44, Visions of Life Beyond Death. In this we have an image of our sacred elder. We have the owl, the crow, and the peacock, 3 of our sacred birds of the winged nation, with us now. Sacred vision is awakening within you. You are becoming blessed with the ability to truly see. to see what is real rather than what it appears to be. This is true insight. What was once considered consequential may soon be found to hold little consequence after all. What was once dismissed as an irritation or irrelevance may be seen to have great spiritual significance. As mundane as something once appeared, it could now be worthy of absolute attention. This gift of genuine vision takes you into the being of the universal creator. This is sacred terrain beyond logic, convention, and that which is limited in any way. The more you open you are to receiving true vision, the more love you will feel and recognize within and around you. Something may appear to change form, to be shed, or to be lost, or to die, but there is love within it always. This realization doesn't remove the pain of the loss. It does provide a way through which it can be healed and eventually transformed into peace. The vision of love, the truth of all that is, can move us more than anything else possibly can. If you have been wondering about your life path, or whether you should take action on a project, or you need inspiration to really move you out of a slump you have fallen into, then this oracle brings you a message of hope. You will receive your vision. You will be graced with a way out of the stagnancy. You will be able to see things differently and more accurately. Any confusion or uncertainty you have felt is going to pass, and you will be left with clear insight. The stories you have been feeding yourself or telling yourself may end up looking different to how they appear now. This may surprise you, but the vision that is coming to you will be more truthful and therefore freeing. It will be worth the shock, surprise, or the moment of embarrassment when you realize you have been operating under a false assurance or deluding yourself about the truth of a situation. Those moments will pass, and they are not something to feel bad about. They signify that you are leaving behind a smaller view for a more expansive one. They are a sign that you have outgrown your old vision in order to live in a bigger one. This is good. This might be a moment when your ego feels a bit dented, but sure enough, that too will pass. This oracle comes with the additional guidance for you. You are watched over by life and held in protection. Whatever has been bothering you will not be able to harm you. You will prevail. If you are concerned that someone is getting away with something or blocking your path, and it seems there is nothing you can do about it, don't worry. The all-seeing eye of life perceives everything without exception. It is the universal mother with eyes not only in the back of her head, but in every living cell of life itself. She misses nothing, and the truth of her vision will always be met with justice, mercy, and wisdom. This oracle is also asking you to shift your perspective and look at an issue of concern a little differently. If you don't know how to do this, simply add the following statement to the end of the healing process below. I call upon the universal eye to show me the most helpful way to see the situation of concern now. In shifting how you look at things, the energy in what is beheld changes. You can see this with people. When you shame and judge someone, they react differently to when they are loved and encouraged. They may succeed nonetheless, but the journey to that success will be different. Looking at something through the eyes of love rather than fear can help us find our way more quickly, easily, and enjoyably. This oracle comes with the additional message that your ability to perceive is expanding into truth. Your ability to be inspired and see the light in all things is unfolding. It must be nourished in your heart with loving acceptance, because you are going to help others through your vision, your art, and how you choose to be in the world. The healing process below will help you accept and anchor this developing gift. Healing process. Say aloud, I now release any fear I have associated with seeing truth, with seeing beyond the veil of illusion, or with my inner vision opening up from my heart, mind, and body. I release any wounding I have received in relation to what I have witnessed at any time, especially where it is based in the fearful responses of others. I ask that my vision be restored to its fullness, through compassion and unconditional love. So be it. Close your eyes, imagine love pouring down from the universe straight into your head, reaching behind your eyes and feeling really good. When you have had enough of this, simply open your eyes and imagine you can breathe or exhale any excess energy gently out through them. Then you have finished your healing process. And now from the Summit Lighthouse, weaving the spiral of resurrection's flame. The spirit of the resurrection bears the flame of resurrection to bring new life and to overcome the consciousness of death and hell. Without the crucifixion, there can be no resurrection. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Valerie A. Elster. This is a choice point for personal soul redemption. It's between you and your higher self monad. Choice points. And from Divine Brothor of the Light, Paul Dobry Carey, Fifth Dimension, the end of reaction and the beginning of creation. We are rapidly transitioning through the gateways and portals of consciousness that take us from material to spiritual existence. We start entering this dimension when we seek a higher purpose in our lives, other than the repetitive patterning of others that we see around us. We break free from the expectations and illusions of fixed beliefs, and it begins with the opening of the heart consciousness. The feelings of duality continue into this dimension as we still view the world as dark, light, good, evil, male, female, left, right, but we begin to purge ourselves of lower perceptions of separation and balance these properties within us to move towards a sense of oneness with all that is different. This is harmony with all that is. The newly found higher senses and our understanding of them start to take us in a different direction. Our non-attachment to conflict, fear, and negative behaviors allow us to manage our thoughts and actions in a higher vibrational manner, which in turn brings us meaning and purpose in our lives, leading to the following sense of destiny, unity, and divinity. Our conscious awareness, rather than subconscious alertness, expands beyond that of our immediate survival needs towards truth and enlightenment of the true nature of ourselves. This is where our focus and attention should be placed upon at this time. From PolarisAB.com. And from Divine Energy Works, Full Moon in Libra, April 16th, 2022. The historic Jupiter-Neptune conjunction unleashed the unprecedented magnitude of energies to quantum leap us into our highest timeline, and these energies will continue to unfold in the next few years. Working together with the energies of this Libra full moon, this is bringing up everything that is out of balance in our reality into our conscious awareness for review, processing, and release. As this full moon square Pluto in Capricorn, the planet of transformation, that energetically rules death and rebirth cycle, there's a very healing, rebirth-like energy here, with in-depth, intense clearings, especially of the womb space and the heart space, release of the old karmic energies, contracts, cycles, patterns, and behaviors, as well as profound integration from the subconscious into our conscious awareness that is facilitated by Jupiter-Neptune conjunction. As we are integrating the ever-powerful energies of this conjunction and the incoming extremely high frequencies of the plasma light from the current solar activities, we are receiving the solar codes of ascension, galactic activations, intense clearings, as well as major spiritual upgrades into our system, which often causes the increase in ascension symptoms. As these energies facilitate powerful alignments and shifts from within, we are asked to truly trust and surrender as we prepare for the upcoming extremely powerful eclipse portal, which starts with the new moon solar eclipse in Taurus, conjunct revolutionary Uranus on April 30th. Absolutely radical energies of the destined change towards our highest timelines. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Alex Miles, happy full moon. This full moon is emanating a strong lunar energy that will be delivering abrupt and highly positive change. All zodiac signs will be affected, particularly those with the moon or sun in Libra or Aries. Venus, the planet of love, romance, and relationships, rules Libra. 144 coming in. Love most definitely will be in the air this weekend. The spotlight is on relationships of all types, and we will be having much needed deep and heartfelt conversations and clearly communicating passions and our desires. During this moon phase, we will likely be far more perceptive of other people's emotions and feelings, as Libra is an extremely sensitive and intuitive sign. Libra brings out our soft, gentle, and empathetic interior, and as Libra is possibly the most trusting sign of the zodiac, the shadow aspect is that, in some cases, it can lead us to being manipulated or led astray. Libra isn't a sign known for establishing strong boundaries, so those who are looking for someone to take advantage of can spot this vulnerability from afar. Therefore, it is imperative we remain aware of who and what we are giving our trust, time, and attention to. During this lunation, we will be recognizing the importance of maintaining healthy boundaries, and we will refuse to settle for less than we deserve in every area of our life, but particularly when it comes to our heart. We will be taking time out for essential self-care and experiencing unconditional love, acceptance, and forgiveness for ourselves, unlike anything we have felt before. This energy will be firing us up, giving us the confidence and desire to seek whatever we feel passionate about. Meaningful new relationships will be igniting, and current relationships will be rekindling, flickering flames. Over these past few months, our entire emotional world has experienced a major shakeup, and we are now in a period of reflection, releasing, rebalancing, realigning, rediscovering, and reconnecting. We will be finding the courage and willpower to sever ties with anything or anyone that has been causing conflict and pain, and we will finally be gaining the closure we have been seeking. We are at the beginning of a brand new, dynamic, energetic cycle, and we are overcoming obstacles and being directed away from any negativity that has been cluttering up our lives, so there is a clear path toward the life we have dreamed of. We will be letting go of all old attachments and making positive new commitments, thanks to the considerable amount of self-growth that has occurred over the recent months. We will now be aware of where we have fell out of alignment with certain people, and we are ready to let them go. And instead we will be prioritizing connections that strongly resonate with us. Full moons can often feel chaotic and unpredictable. However, during this Libra one, we will be feeling balanced, centered, and grounded. If there are moments when we feel overwhelmed with frustration or anger, we will have the ability to quickly bring ourselves back to a place of peacefulness and calmness. Where we may once have felt irrational and impulsive, when the energies are charged and intense, we are now able to work through issues with clarity and compassion. The reason for this is that we have spent these last months cutting out drama and toxicity, breaking unhealthy patterns and severing ties with those who deliberately try to trigger us and cause emotional unrest. This Libra full moon is square Pluto in Capricorn, meaning we will be able to clearly see under the surface and hidden truths may emerge. Being able to view our relationship dynamics with clarity will help with our transformation as we transit away from the old and move toward this brand new beginning. It is rare to feel so calm and stable during a full moon, so it is imperative we take advantage of this serene energy and use it to help repair and heal some of our innermost emotional wounds and transcend the blockages that have kept us trapped in the past. To create an external life that matches our internal vibration, all we have to do is have the courage, strength, and awareness to recognize who and what is working for us and who and what is working against us. We can then find the strength to make decisions and reprioritize our energy so we are able to embrace new beginnings and receive the exciting opportunities and magical possibilities coming our way. It is important to have faith that we are capable of creating a life far beyond anything we have previously dreamed of. We will feel limitless, and nothing will be out of our grasp. From Alex Miles, and from Divine Brother of the Light, Amit Bilal Shah. Happy Christed Ascension. All prophecies, indigenous knowledge, ascended master wisdom, teachings of the prophets, and enlightened illumined beings such as Mahavir, Buddha, Bodhisattvas, and Sikh gurus came to prepare us for this time. Our connection to our innate nature and the nature of the cosmos, celestial ethers and galactic realms has never been as imminent as now. We are at a crossroads and a split where the wheat is being separated from the chaff, as mentioned in the scriptures, in different ways to get us to this point. The last 26,000-year cycle has completely cleared, and this period of chaos, as Kal Yug leaves, Kiyamet, Kiyamat, is clearly commencing in our minds, bodies, energy fields, and outer structures, systems, and institutions. Breakdown to break through is indeed needed to create the new earth pathway within the brain, as well as outside on this planet. Our DNA is upgrading through mass Kundalini awakening in our bodies, as well as through Mother Earth. Many are still in denial, ignorance, and/or cognitive dissonance. There is a clear correlation between healing one's trauma, heavy karma of bloodline, past lives, and inner child, and perceiving the truth of light within this illusion of Maya. We are given free choice and free will to make individual choices and actions, but now more so than ever, our individual thoughts, actions, and attitudes are affecting the collective on Earth. As more Christed light showers onto Earth, all false light and dark motives are being shown clearly to us. All this is natural and a progression toward the era of light, Sat Yug, connecting to Source with peace, love, and joy in our hearts, flowing with soul-based change and not falling for false regimes of control, consumerism, corruption, arrogance, vanity, and violence. Adultery will open hearts, heal us, and clear our intuition, making us angelic God selves on Earth that can navigate the darkness but not become it through the agendas of fear, AI, and chemical warfare. All masters came to give us the tools to become the same without hierarchy. In the net of lives we all have our turn eventually. May we be kind in our beautiful diversity and oneness. Happy Oshtara, Easter. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Aurora Ray, we are on the brink of ascension. You will know you have ascended when you no longer fear death, and when you realize that your mind is not your brain. I've been asked by many to give you the best advice I can. I know this is a time of great change and hardship for many. The dark forces are trying to corrupt the truth and stop the ascension by creating fear and confusion. They are very afraid of this ascension because they know that their power over humanity is coming to an end. They are trying to resist this change in every way possible. The dark forces have been keeping us in fear and confusion for eons. They are the ones who let evil and darkness spread. All they want is your energy, and they are willing to do whatever it takes to get it. A large portion of the human population has been giving their power away through fear, anger, hate, and greed. The dark forces have been manipulating human beings for thousands of years through fear, control, greed, and lust for power. They have created all kinds of divisions between people and groups so that they can play one group against another group. They have used certain groups as scapegoats to blame everything on them and manipulate people against them. Those who want to keep humanity in ignorance, fear, and perpetual war will try to confuse you with fake news and distort the truth with disinformation. They will say whatever it takes to prevent you from awakening from your slumber. But you have the ability to see through their lies and manipulations if you apply critical thinking, discernment, and wisdom when reading information about ascension. This is why it's important not to trust any source blindly. Always use your discernment. There has been much talk about lies and deception. There is always a shadow when there is light. This is the nature of duality. Yet you must focus on the light, for it will always overcome the darkness. You are at a point in your evolution where everything has come to a head. This is your test. Can you stay focused enough to remain calm, centered, and balanced, or will you let all that is going on around you affect your state of being? A lot of information is coming out that can be very difficult to process as it challenges everything you thought was true. Do not believe anything unless it resonates with your personal truth. There are so many people reading these words right now who share the same goal, to figure out what is going on and what our role in all that should be. This unity has created a powerful force for good. Your vibration determines your reality. What you vibrate out into the universe, whether that be love or fear, will be mirrored back to you. We are on the brink of ascension. It is time for us to stand up as one and take back our lives, our world, our home. We have lost so much under the dark forces, but I am here to tell you that we have a chance to take it all back now, that their reign is coming to an end. They will not be able to gain any more power from us. Never give your power away to anyone or anything. At all times, be in control of yourself. Practice being aware of how you feel and how others make you feel. Do not let anyone invade your space or make you feel bad about who you are. Be confident in yourself, and do not let others take advantage of you or make you feel less than what you are worth, because we are priceless beings of light and love. Choose to be happy. Choose to be positive about everything around you. Choose to see the good in everyone, even when it is hard. We do this for ourselves and for those around us. If we can see the good in others, then it gives them a chance to see it too. So don't judge people or hold them in lower regard than yourself, because it doesn't serve anyone to do so. We are in the process of creating a new light code grid around this planet with the assistance of our Galactic Federation and our guides on the other side. This is a very important part of the plan as we move forward into this new age and as we prepare for full disclosure, which will be happening very soon. This light grid will help keep negativity at bay and will also protect us from any further interference from these dark forces. Remember that once they have lost control over us, they can no longer harm us in any way. Once this has been completed and once disclosure has happened, you will feel very strong energy coming into your bodies and taking hold of you at first. This is going to be very powerful energy, source energy, that will purify all chakras and help you rise into higher dimensions. We love you dearly. We are here with you. We are your family of light. Aho, Aurora Ray, Ambassador of the Galactic Federation, from thegalacticfederation.com. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Karen Lithica. We are healing. Layers upon layers of light. Understand the collective consciousness is healing. You may be feeling a push-pull light frequency, the multitude of light layers working with you as you collectively connect to each light layer as your world continues to expand. Collectively, you are the light fringe dwellers on the cusp of the great light revolution. Your role is to simply allow the ebbs and flows as you feel the light shifts. To know your light body will lead you now as the navigation of your world is aligned with the higher will of creation. Simply realize you are collectively awakening to the mechanics of your light reality. As you physically align to higher light, it is simply the light metamorphosis reaching you, enabling you to feel the construct of your world, awaken to the higher aspects of you. For it is all sensory. As you follow the light cues, awaken to the light. Sending love for your day, dear one. Global light blessings. The Arcturians and Karen from KarenLithica.com. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Mieko Saratari. To the light workers of the world, with love from Japan. To my loving children of Earth. To the next stage gathering the thoughts of the ones living on Earth. There was a very big map. It was cut into many small equal-sized pieces. Each one of the pieces was put and given in you, being born as a child of God, and sent you off to the ground. And now you have to take out the piece of the map and show it outward, which was given at the time of creation, and being kept in your spirit, in your body as a child of God. Gathering the pieces taken out by you all, there could be drawn away, to show a way to the next new age, expecting that the people who are born to earth know that such a key of divine truth is put in your original personality, and a life is being blown in, and now you are there on earth. So all of those who are in earth are the earth people. They are the energy to drive earth towards the next stage with earth. And now it is the very time to return the appreciation, love, and the debt of gratitude as children of God to Earth, who has been providing you a learning place, nurturing you for a long time. God never asks anything. Love has never asked any return. It has been nurturing you in silence and brought you up until now. It doesn't mean simply to return the debt of gratitude, but you yourself, each of you, has been brought up and has grown up in the flow of eternal time. And when each of you has developed and become aware, truly awakened, those persons have been awakened and grown up, the evolution of the planet will be promoted by this fact, in order to jump up to the next in the spiritual dimension, on your spirit, revealed to the maximum of your attributes and role as children of God, which are given to you and kept only in you, and brightly shine all around. Looking at the light, the others will open their own spirits. The greater the number of ones who are given the pieces of the map, and when those who can shine all around straightly the power of God from inside as pure energy are increased by even one more, then Earth can start the ascension to a new spiritual dimension. For the ascension of Earth itself, of course, there is a follow-up wind of the cosmic magnetic field in its time, and there is a strong will of Earth consciousness to go to the next stage. However, the most important matter is whether the accumulated amount of thoughts of the people living on the planet holds enough ability and power and light to deserve this ascension. That determines everything. Om, the divine spirit of the universe, from Prayer of Gaia. Om is the creative God of the entire universe, where we all exist in. The divine spirit of the universe. Om is the energy of love filled in the whole universe, and the law of love itself that rules the entire universe. Everything existing in this universe is part of the divine spirit, Om, including both material and spiritual things. Being traced back to the origin of human beings, our spirits had been shared with the energy of love and created by the divine spirit, Om. As the ancient Indian saying goes, Tat Tvam Asi, that art thou, in English, unity with the creative God, a sense of oneness known as all is united. In spiritualism indicates the spiritual awakening that we are all a part of the divine spirit, Om. The divine spirit, Om, is the energy entity united by Yang energy, male consciousness, and Yin energy, female consciousness. Although it is expressed like a human in the spiritual messages, Om is gender neutral. In other words, the divine spirit Om is the father and the mother for all the existence, including human beings. Furthermore, the divine spirit Om is connected with every single spirit fundamentally in this grand universe, and also has another aspect of huge collective consciousness. And from Divine Brothor of the Light, Richard read, Gene Keys, Unlocking the Higher Purpose Hidden in Your DNA. Gene Key 3, April 16th, 2022 through April 21st, 2022. Chaos, Innovation, Innocence. The gift of innovation is far more exciting than simply being creative. It implies that you have permanently escaped the fear-based perspective of the shadow frequency. Innovation thrives on optimism, although this is not the kind of optimism that is built upon hope. True optimism is the dynamic energy at the heart of creation. Through the third gift, you begin to tap into the higher aspects within your own DNA. It is not that the DNA itself changes, but that the frequency passing through it activates its hidden programming. This is how single-celled life gave way to cooperative life, and it is how human selfishness must and will give way to collective consciousness. The Gene Key books. And from the I Ching, the classic book of change, Hexagram 3. Difficulty in the beginning. Rain brings thunder. The storm can be fierce, yet brings new life. Innocence is the devotion of awakening. Innovation is the commitment of initiative. Chaos is the half-heartedness of agitation, communicating realization. Difficulty indicates progress and success through firm correctness. Action should not be undertaken lightly, and it is wise to seek help. No matter who or what we are, we're subject to constant change. When we let that truth in, it's very uncomfortable, at least in the beginning. This gene key is all about the process of letting change in. We have to let it into our heart, body, and soul. This is a contemplation on change. Richard Rudd, 64 Ways, from GeneKeys.com. And from 13 Moon Peace Time, I am Lamat, the way shower. I expand the seeds of your consciousness beyond previous boundaries. I am ignition, spiraling starburst, golden star trail of the harmonics of perceptual star interlace. I am a springboard propulsion into glorious spark-filled flight. My star trail beckons you to leave behind the parameters of the past, leaping into unpatterned potential. I am flowing images of all times present, forms rearranging, consciousness bursting bonds of old refrains. There you will eagerly taste deliciously liberating star harmonies, unspeakably beautiful celestial sounds, provided simply by your willingness to go beyond. Do you hesitate? To what you are anchored. In an instant, everything is unfamiliar, changed. Offer up your tethers. Be bathed in the new frequencies that sweep across your being like waves of rapturous bliss. Let previous perceptions dissipate. You are becoming kaleidoscopic resonant sparks, releasing inchoate, yet already realized patterns into the starscape. Soar beyond, blaze shimmering trails into the unknown. Your own image is breathlessly dispersed as a freed starseed, exploring your vast luminosity beyond cognition. Expand every known parameter of who you know yourself to be, until apparent boundaries burst into incandescent sparks of divinity, dancing in rapture on the tapestry of the infinite. Slowly your energies pulsate into a new nucleus, yet unanchored in gravitation's grasp, beyond previous boundaries. A shining new center emerges from my shimmering starburst veil, blazing like luminous mandalas in your countenance, following ever further the scintillating allure of my star dance. Hypnotic will you find the beauty of my golden starbursts. If you choose to follow the star trail, you will discover that you are the player and the played in the cosmic composition of harmony. From Mayan Oracle, 13moonpeacetime.com. And today from the Tzolk'in Times, Keen 228, Yellow Resonant Star. Resonant is the name for the number 7, and its keywords are attune, inspire, and channel. The 7th day is all about adjusting your frequency, tuning yourself in so you may receive wisdom from the universe. We are now right bang in the middle of the white wind wave spell, so a good time to ponder what you've experienced thus far, and attune so you may understand what steps to take next. Today is Yellow Star, which represents beauty, art, and elegance. Yellow Star days are great for appreciating art and beauty. Open your eyes, you can see it everywhere. Take time out from the daily grind and see the world for the magical place that it is. When you combine the meaning of the number and day, the result is channeled beauty or attuned to elegance. To summarize, it's not rocket science understanding what today is all about. Celebrate beauty and allow your beautiful, intuitive thoughts to inspire you. Create some art and make listening to your inner voice an art form. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Christina Papagiorgio, Yellow Resonant Star, 7 Lamat, Keen 228, 16th of April 2022, Attuning to Beauty. 16/4/2022 equals 746 equals 710 equals 71 equal 8. Day codes 16, tower struck by lightning, unforeseen events. 7, wisdom, mystery, magic, spiritual initiation, solitude. 8, infinite, abundant source flow. Month year codes 4, form, structure, foundation, earth, angelic. 6, heaven, Christ, family, romance, fertility. 10, manifestation, power, authority. 1 New Beginnings, Original Unique Leader. 20 The Awakening, Clear Vision. 22 Architect of Peace, Master Builder. Keen 228 equal 12 equal 3, Trinity Joy, Creativity. A beauty-filled day focused on attuning to new beauty and elegance in our delightful new world that we are creating through love, peace, grace, elegance, and compassion. Today is day 7 in the wave spell of Eek, the great white wind who holds the power of spirit and is bringing forth the benevolent winds of change. We are learning to embody spirit by becoming hollow vessels for spirit to communicate and work divine magic through our being. Today we are focusing our lens to attune to beauty, grace, and elegance as we experience the world through the eyes of spirit, appreciating this beautiful, abundant new world which we call home. Tone of creation, resonant tone 7 in the emotional realm. Action inspires, power channels, essence attunement. Today we are super sensitive as we are attuned through our senses, the emotional feeling body. We are tuning in through the lens of spirit, channeling heaven's perspective of our perfected reality. What does grace, beauty, elegance actually look and feel like? We are so programmed to notice and see all the negativity and darkness in our world that we actually have to stop and pause, being mindful to notice and attune to the positive beauty in the world. This is our new default setting. Pause, be still, and sense the resonance. Are you aligned with this wonderful frequency? Tune in and feel what your body is sensing. Try on the rose-colored glasses. Does it inspire and excite you? In order to accomplish beauty and grace, you must be attuned to its frequency through this present moment. Everywhere is beautiful. This energy facilitates a lovely divine flow by attuning and channeling spirit to be expressed through our creativity. You can also receive inspiration to attune to service in order to make the day, life of others more joyful and pleasant. Number 7 is the frequency of the mystic and magician, giving you the magic to channel more brilliant, inspiring creations. We have a 7 magician's code today, so feel the magic. What channel are you attuned to today? Allow spirit to flow through your vessel, expressing your day as art, singing, dancing, and creating. All this beautiful energy will lead you to harmony within yourself and your outer reflection. Shine brightly, precious star blossoms. On a planetary level, the resonant star is attuning to the harmonic matrix of natural time, the new time that we are recalibrating our being to, our new GPS. Yes, it is possible for your new life to be beautiful, joyful, and rewarding. Are you addicted to false, superficial love and mindless distractions to numb the pain of actually feeling and fully embodying your divine essence? Have you been hiding your true, authentic, starry self? Disconnect from all that is false and attune to the divine. Claim the blessing of white merit to endlessly reflect the beautiful world we are creating. There is an endless source of power, creativity, joy, and happiness that flows through you, an infinite supply of source energy, that you as a divine child of God are permanently and irrevocably connected to, no matter where in the universe you choose to roam. Today is the day to let out your inner child to play, play, play. It's time to sparkle and spread the love, joy, and hope throughout your divinely brilliant day. Share the love. Today's question is, how can I attune to beauty, grace, and love, channeling spirit and creativity to express through my vessel? Am I experiencing my most beautiful life as art? Divine blessings for experiencing yourself as pure, unconditional, divine, endless love today. In la ketch a la keen, Christina White Magnetic World Bridger, Keen 66. Keen 228, Yellow Resonant Star. The mantra, the code for today is, I channel in order to beautify, inspiring art. I seal the store of elegance. With the resonant tone of attunement, I am guided by the power of universal fire. And on this powerful day of activations, transformations, and manifestations, let us know, beloved beings of light, in the comments below what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, your dreams, your visions, and your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below. and the little bell to get notifications on future updates. And as always, we have a link in the description below to the transcriptions of today's transmissions, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. Now, I'd like to take the time to thank everyone supporting us in our work and mission. It's because of your monthly pledges and donations we're able to continue this work. So if you'd like to help support us and help us continue bringing these transmissions to the world, you can make a monthly pledge to our Patreon page at whitegoldeagle.com. I'd like to thank Divine Sister of the Light Ramona Lippert for another donation. Thank you very much, Divine Sister. We appreciate you and your continued support. If you'd like to support us with a one-time donation, you could do so to our PayPal link at eaglelovecondor.com. I'd like to also thank everyone supporting my Sacred Condor's artwork on Etsy. You can purchase her beautiful handmade goddess totems, Zodiac Goddesses healing jewelry, and other works of art at lunagoddessart.com. And she has a 25% off sale on all her works of art until Mother's Day, May 8th. So take advantage of that. And now we're complete today's transmissions with powerful codes from our 7th dimensional Angels of Light through the Pleiades star system. Pleiades 1 messages, April 16, 2022. P1 calling Terrans for origins recognition. Attention for calls in PVSC-SDE. Missionary flags continue to be raised. Old battles are permanently ended. Divine centenaries are announced. Divine compensations in progress. New media light up. Ancestral norms adjust. Unifying Terrans called. Attention, Hetonic supporters, projectors aimed. Support, 77% non-regressive. Attention, Hetonic supporters, projectors aimed and in support, reverb, 78% non-regressive. Metatronic ascension waves reverberate, 71% non-regressive. Divine kings arise. Specific parasites are permanently removed. Temporarily end of transmission, Pleiades 1, powering chamber. From disclosurenews.it. Thank you for joining us today, beloved beings of light. Have a most beautiful, blessed, and powerful pink full moon in Libra, an amazing Passover, and most blessed and holy Easter Sunday, as the Christ consciousness within every heart is enlightened, lit up, and expanded out to the ends of the infinite multiverse. As we live in the love, the peace, and the harmony of the infinitely expanding Creator Source, the great mystery. Keep walking gently your sacred path with heart, with peace and love in every step, and keep shining your light brightly into the night. Be sure to make this day and all days the best day ever. The Eagle and the Condor love you all. Namaste.